Hello there,
Hello.
everybody, and welcome to the Storytime Network and our very own little Paradox Hour. I have returned, and unfortunately, it seems that hideous abomination of fluff and knives has followed me. But to offset that, we are also joined by Jack. Jack,
Yes. Hello. Hello.
Mill,
Can you hear me?
Merry Christmas from Britain.
and Logstar.
Hello, not a ghost this time.
Yeah, happy holidays, everyone.
Yes. Happy holidays.
Is this the point where we start singing Christmas carols?
Please no.
I don't know. My singing voice is not that great, to be honest with you.
Doesn't that just make it better,
I had
though?
enough of.
I
I had, I
yeah,
had enough
that's
of
the
singing,
point.
I had enough of singing at Christmas in school like that. I'm done singing Christmas songs now.
Wait, was Mill? Were you a choir boy?
No, they just forced us to do it.
Jeez.
They made us go
So-
to. They made us go to fucking services in church where we had to sing hymns, and I'm done now.
Oh god.
I
Could be
refuse to
worse.
do it.
Could be a poor retail worker having to listen to "All I Want for Christmas Is You" looped 24/7.
I mean, I would just stuff cotton wool in my ears at that point and take the hit on customer interaction.
Yeah, I'll admit. I mean,
yes.
I love that song, but it's like it's like every time you're out, it's like, yeah, I understand why retail people would hate that by now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Same. I am very much in that boat where it's like I like the song, but oh, you poor retailers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just Christmas songs we'll be talking about today. Today is our Christmas special, encompassing all things Christmacular.
Yes.
Including
Whether
movies,
it's-
TV episodes, and probably some of our traditions, because why not?
And tropes as well. Don't forget the tropes.
Yeah.
I mean, tropes are kind of our thing here.
And also, this is stolen wholesale from Reddit, but the common element is a certain entity that has like 27 actors, 6 locations, 2 directors, and 1 writer. Would you like to guess what that entity is?
Surprised me.
About 400 billion Christmas movies.
Oh god. Every damn Christmas movie, especially the Hallmark ones.
Yeah, I mean, like what sometimes brings me deep filial shame is that my mother has a weakness for those. And as a result, whenever I'm in the living room during the holiday season, I have to just like resist the urge to throw something at the TV.
Oh, oh boy. See, my
I
family
thought-
likes good Christmas movies, like Die Hard and Home Alone.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
We never really watched Christmas movies. I mean, I remember one Christmas we watched the South Park movie on Christmas Day. That was fun
Oh, that sounds like a good time.
with my mum. So yeah, that was fun.
I have to wonder though, like I know from personal experience that there's an unironic market for those movies, but like how is it large enough to support the sheer volume that they make?
I
I
think
don't know.
I think you underestimate the amount of people who go crazy over Christmas.
And probably overestimate the budgets also.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know
A lot
what?
of them
That's
look like they
much
could be
more
really cheaply
reasonable
made.
take, yeah.
Remember, all of them use basically like the same 5 scripts.
Yeah, though it is odd how even that format slowly shifts over time. For example, and this is something that again I speak from personal experience. Last night, or maybe it was a couple of nights ago. My mother was watching random television programs as she does, and there was a Hallmark Christmas movie on it, except the female lead was in a wheelchair. So I'm like,
Oh,
so they are like,
Rugrats.
yeah, they are going in the direction of representation. They changed literally nothing else, right? It like honestly sometimes strikes me as a token effort. Also, its case is not helped by the fact that she writes what is essentially cheap Kindle romance novels for a living.
Hey, I'm not going to shame people for doing that. If they need to make money, um, they need to make money.
So yeah, it's a very interesting thing that despite the obvious lack of effort, they are putting in at least that token amount of effort, and I feel like eventually that's the sort of thing that just builds and builds and builds until you eventually just have people making progress.
Yeah, progress is nice. I do gotta say though, like if I had $1 for every time I saw a commercial for a different Hallmark movie as a kid, Hallmark Christmas movie rather, I'd have way too many dollars to keep track of.
Look, there's no such thing as too many dollars. But I get what you mean, and also I feel like they don't even need advertising anymore.
They
Unless
really
they're Go ahead.
Oh no, I just was
Unless
affirming your
they
sentiment.
are truly unique, such as the KFC sponsored
Oh god.
Colonel Sanders movie, starring Mario Lopez as the titular Colonel Sanders.
What the
Fuck
fuck
is
is
it
2020?
Mario Lopez?
I
He's a good actor and all, but like as
I
Colonel
think you know the
Sanders,
answer.
it's because he looks attractive, isn't it?
No, it's because he's a decent actor, but still like not A-list, so they can afford it with a minimum budget.
Mm, yes.
I don't think these Hallmark movies made it across to the UK, or not
You
that
are
many anyway.
fortunate, dude. You are fortunate.
I mean, that just means we get the same run of like Christmas movies every year.
They at least include the good ones.
I mean, we also get the same run of Christmas movies every year. The people just pretend that they're different movies.
I mean, there are some good ones and some bad ones. Let's just get the bad ones out of the way first. Like A Christmas Story, for some reason, people are super nostalgic about that one. And it's like, I turned that off within 15 minutes of starting it because it was just
Wait,
so
which one
fucking
is that? You're
boring.
gonna have to be more specific with these names, because even the names are generic.
A Christmas Story is the one that takes place in like I think the 50s or something, and it's like the kid with the glasses doing random shenanigans around Christmas.
Ah, okay.
He wants a BB gun or something like that.
Oh, okay. Oh, that one. Oh
Is
god.
that the one with
Okay.
the
It was so boring.
Is that the one with the tongue frozen to the pole scene?
Yes, it is. I think that's the last scene I watched before I was just turned the movie off. I don't
Yeah,
remember. It was not a fun time. I just was like, can we watch a good Christmas movie instead?
that's like almost an oxymoron. If not for like, it's like there's like you can count on your hands how many of those there are.
Mayhaps. Still, like that one is probably the most boring out of all the Christmas movies I've seen. Not even a
I mean, there's
concept.
also the trope defining ones like what's its face? With It's a Wonderful Life.
Ah, yes, the one that's been parodied and ripped off so many times as to be unoriginal seeming.
Yeah,
The
it's
good
the
old
Seinfeld effect.
Seinfeld effect.
But you know, it is definitely.
I mean, it's also the better part of a century old, so at that point, like, it's very rare for something to feel original if it's been around for 100 odd years. Like A Christmas Carol, for instance.
Ah, yes, Christmas Carol. That's
Oh,
another classic.
oh, the parodies of that.
A Christmas
rem-
Carol was the Christmas movies before Christmas movies were a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually remember watching a Looney Tunes version of that where it was Daffy Duck as Scrooge. I think it was like Bah Humduck or something like that.
The scary part is that there is also one of those in which it stars Donald Duck.
Why did they just go with Scrooge McDuck? It's his fucking name.
Yeah, but like,
You on the nose or something?
okay, no, it's even more odd. I think the Christmas special, the one I remember, it was Donald Duck playing Scrooge McDuck
Jesus.
as Ebenezer Scrooge McDuck.
That's some Inception levels of.
There was also a Flintstones one that I still remember to this day. Basically, that was Christmas movies before Christmas movies were a thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, rather, Christmas movies before movies were a thing.
Yeah.
I still say
think
my
there's. Oh, sorry.
I still say my favorite version of Christmas Carol was the one that Blackadder did, in which Robbie Coltrane played the ghost, visited Ebenezer Blackadder, the nicest man in London, and ended up turning him bad. The nice
Oh my
twist.
god.
And
Yeah.
literally, he fucking Queen Victoria came to give him a ton of money and an award for being so nice, and Blackadder just shut the door in her face.
Wow.
It's
You know,
genuinely,
My-
it's a hilarious, like, 45-minute special because it so for past it goes to one of the previous iterations already seen in the series, which I believe was the Queen Elizabeth era one. And for the future, it goes to the long distance future where you get to see Rowan Atkinson in a budgie smuggler.
What did we do to deserve Rowan Atkinson again?
Don't jinx it.
I mean,
It's been a
I mean,
hell of a
just-
year. We're almost through it. Don't jinx it.
yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, watch Blackadder because except for the first series, watch Blackadder seasons 2 onwards because he is genuinely amazing in it. He can make any line sound funny. For the first episode of season 2, he made just continually saying Bob funny.
I mean,
Oh,
didn't
God.
he? Didn't he like make an entire career out of that with Mr. Bean?
I mean, pretty much, yeah.
That was the entire point of Mr. Bean, is that he makes things that should not be funny.
Mhm.
But then you've also got like an acerbically sharp wit, which is just hilarious.
I still have very fond memories of his performance at the opening of the London Olympics,
Hmm.
which I think was 2012. And
2012, yeah.
and
was.
he somehow managed to make just hitting the same key on an electronic keyboard just hilarious. Literally all he was doing was like hitting the same key over and over again, and
Mm-hmm.
it was
Rowan Atkinson
still funny.
is a treasure.
Yeah, that's Blackadder, but also add in the likes of Hugh Laurie, Stephen Fry, who played Baldric again. Tony Robinson. All very, very funny actors.
My question is, how effective is Hugh Laurie at diagnosing medical problems in Blackadder?
Very bad because he usually plays incredibly dumb characters.
You know what? That makes a certain amount of sense.
We are getting a bit sidetracked, though.
Yeah.
And that's the point of our show.
Another version of Christmas Carol that I really liked, though, is Epic Rap Battles of History's version of it.
Hmm.
Because it's very rare that you see a rapping version of the Grim Reaper. Gotta say. Definitely fun for that novelty. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, and you also, God, remember that CGI monstrosity of the Christmas Carol that starred Jim Carrey in it? I think it was like 10 years ago.
I was wondering when we'd get to that one.
Yeah, no, that was like 10 years ago or something. It was like, fuck. So deep into the uncanny valley.
I've got some monstrosity.
Yeah, it was basically. It was kind of like Polar Express in that sense.
Fuck. I knew we were gonna.
Hey,
think
I remember
that.
Polar Express sort of fondly. Sort of fondly. I haven't watched it in years. Since before high school, I don't think.
I mean, that would explain a lot. I'm sure you
I think
understand.
we did a play of it at some point, actually. I can't remember.
That does feel like something most schools would do.
The other Christmas Carol parody that I remember very fondly is the one Simpsons did with, I think it's Mr. Magoo,
Oh god.
and just it's the one where Homer buys himself a really expensive present and therefore doesn't have enough money for anyone else's present.
Oh, I remember that one.
Oh god damn it.
And just the one scene that I remember is him is Mr. Magoo like talking to a furnace as if it's a pregnant woman and then sticking his head inside to listen to the baby.
What?
There's a lot wrong with that, and I don't think I have the necessary.
There is a lot to unpack there, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't think I have the necessary mental fortitude to really get into that. That's just wow. I'd forgotten that detail. I just remember the vague Homer guilt noises. You know the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He does like making those noises.
Honestly, like.
So,
I was gonna bring. Oh, I was gonna say. Speaking of Jim Carrey, we kind of skipped over that movie a bit, but speaking of Jim Carrey, there is a much more classic Christmas movie that he starred in. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And I gotta
What?
say, Jim Carrey's Grinch. You never watched that one?
I did, though. Again, it has been a very, very long time.
So I'm pretty sure I have. I just don't remember it by name.
It's literally How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and it's the live action one with Jim Carrey as the Grinch.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't think I've ever watched that.
Honestly, it's surprisingly good, all things considered.
Yeah, you can never tell with Jim Carrey.
It's
Jim
either
Carrey
going to be
is-
really good or really bad.
Jim Carrey is one of those people who is similar to Nick Cage in that, like, he makes a bad movie bearable, but he makes a good movie really entertaining.
I wouldn't necessarily say he makes any bad movie bearable.
Oh, not any, but most of them. He's not quite the level of Nick Cage in that regard.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Nick Cage is on the level of that in that regard. There's some really bad Nick Cage movies. Like, I've watched both Ghost Riders.
Yeah, but those are entertainingly bad, in my opinion.
Yeah, but like, there's limits to entertainingly bad. Anyway, we're getting off topic once again, which
Oh,
Par for the course of that.
but if we want to explore the limits of entertainingly bad, I haven't seen either of these, but I'm hoping at least one of you has. So, thoughts on the Star Wars Holiday Special, or I just learned about this one today,
Yeah, kill it with fire!
Rhapsody Street Kids.
Oh.
Kill it with fire!
You know that I believe Jack has spoken for all of us.
Wait, but
I haven't seen either of them, so you know.
yeah, I'm just wondering if anyone has
Unfortunate.
seen enough of it to just give a fun rundown.
No, I do not want to give a fun rundown of either of those because I fucking hate both of them and they are horrifying.
I
So
like.
it's like
I feel like you need to make that sacrifice for the show, Jack.
Yeah, do it.
quite honestly, I've mostly bleached my brain of the actual story of both of them, so I don't really.
Yeah, but remember
enough.
that these things never truly leave your brain. Some trauma stays with
Oh
you.
no, no,
forever.
no, no! Like I don't actually remember the plots for either.
Just-
I'm pretty sure the Star Wars Holiday Special is just like there aren't any real. There isn't actually a major plot. Fun fact, though, that's the Star Wars Holiday Special is what introduced Boba Fett.
I'm sorry, what now?
Boba Fett Star Wars Holiday Special.
Wait, wasn't that set after the end of the series?
Nope.
Oh,
The special was made between New Hope and between the original Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back.
well then. That really makes me think about a lot of things. That suddenly makes a lot of the other aspects of the Star Wars universe seem not as bad in comparison.
Yeah, no.
Also,
Star Wars Holiday
it-
Special makes literally everything look better by comparison.
Also, it got a sequel in the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special. It was
Oh.
released this year.
Yeah, but I feel like that was at least like self-aware about the whole thing.
Yeah, Lego stuff is usually decent. At worst. But like, no, Star Wars Holiday Special is brain bleachingly bad. Because it's just like there is no plot. There aren't there's like the only appearance of the main characters in the from the from Star Wars is just like as cameos here and there. And it's not even focused on Christmas. It's about a made up holiday called Life Day. And
Yeah, that much I remember.
and it's just like it's mostly focused on just a bunch of Wookiees. And you hear them speaking in the Wookiee speech, but there's no translation for it whatsoever. So a good chunk of the special is just straight up fucking incomprehensible because there's no translation for what the Wookiees are saying.
I can't even make the noises. I
know.
can, but like it requires a lot more practice than I have right now.
No, it's rough. But imagine listening to that for the better part of an hour.
Okay, but like at that point, why would you just keep watching?
I don't know. I didn't watch the whole thing.
I've never watched
So, like,
it.
To say
I'm
you
not that
have,
interested in Star Wars.
I am not a masochist, and I'm not doing a professional review or anything. So those are the only two reasons you would actually watch the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Maybe that should be your assignment for next year's Christmas special.
If I have to watch it, you all have to watch it too.
We can do a watch
I'm in.
party.
I'll do it just to see you suffer, Jack.
You monster.
Yeah, because I don't really mind bad media in the vein of the Star Wars stuff, right? Because like I mind bad media that's bad, not bad media that's like terribly hilarious.
and then
So I
just
believe
underrated by
Underrated
Star
power.
Wars.
then of course we've got my level of masochism with these things.
you, I feel like, may need some therapy regarding these matters because like after a certain point, just morbid curiosity is not enough of a
Not enough of a
good reason.
justification. Yeah.
Hey, listen. Well, I mean, you know some of it, but let me just put it this way: someone tweeted out, "Do not look up Sonic JoJo crossover fan fiction." So of course you know what I do.
Why would you do that?
Yeah,
So,
like at
Lockstar,
that point, you're just
Lockstar, what was the second hell film you mentioned?
The second one was Rap City Street Kids.
Honestly, that one had some of the most abominable CGI I have ever seen.
Oh God, yeah, that's agreed. That's agreed. I mean, I just saw like shots from it, and yeah, you can tell it was written. It was done with very cheap software even at the time.
You want to throw up a screenshot of it?
Jesus.
Just throw up a screenshot of it. Show everyone what it looks like.
It starred Mark Hamill and Nancy Cartwright.
Yeah, weird, huh?
look. You should know by now that just because a good actor is in it doesn't mean it's going to be good.
I mean, I didn't think that it would be good. I'm just like surprised.
Okay, yeah, let me see if I can do this.
Yeah, just throw up a screenshot and oh, it's only 40. It was only a 40-minute movie too. Jesus Christ!
I like.
Has been repeatedly noted for its hideous computer animation, inexplicably distinguished cast, and bizarre production history. I like that everyone
hell.
was
I like
confused
the
at how
idea of
good
an
its cast
yeah.
was.
That fucking it had Grey Lyle in it too.
Okay.
There we
I have a
go.
question. Oh,
fire!
good lord!
Ah!
Yeah, I think
Oh God!
yeah, I think that's gotta
Oh.
go.
Oh no!
Lockstar, I think you broke something in Fuzzy by posting that.
I just like.
Where is it? I don't see it. Oh, there. Now I see it. My stream is a little behind. Yeah, no.
So
I mean, I already knew how bad it looked like just from the fucking picture on the Wikipedia page.
It's horrifying.
Yeah, and it's actually even worse animated. I just saw a little clip, basically someone throwing a snowball, having it hit the guy, bounce off, hit him again, and it's kind of like I don't know what kind of physics they were even trying for that. But yeah,
Both of you to assume they were trying with that.
no. See, I feel like it's scarier if they were. Right?
True. It is scary to think that.
Okay, do we want to talk about some good Christmas movies before we move on to Christmas specials?
Yeah, let's talk about Die
Sure.
Hard. Fucking Die Hard.
I haven't watched it.
You haven't
I will.
Die Hard?
I haven't watched Die Hard.
I do
I've
not
had
want to
multiple
get.
opportunities. I just haven't done it.
Why not?
I don't know. The most I know from Die Hard is picking up through osmosis from Peralta and Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I might.
You know
You
what?
really
That's
need to just
probably a
go for that.
decent way of experiencing that.
Bill, I have
Which
actually watched Die Hard sometime this weekend.
I'll
So-
think about it.
Yeah, I should. I'll jump in on
The
this
thing-
one because I last watched a very very long time ago. So yeah.
I will say, I'm not gonna get involved in the discourse because it can only lead to pain. But I just would like to say there are possibly individuals who do not necessarily believe that Die Hard is a Christmas film. Now, I'm not saying I'm one of them, but they do exist.
Those people who exist, they're wrong. Because it's set
I
around
mean,
Christmas and has Christmas themes. They're ergo
I-
Christmas movie.
I've said this on the on Discords before. It depends on what you consider a Christmas film, or does the plot have to like revolve around it being Christmas, or does it just have to be set at Christmas time? If it very much depends on your definition, and I don't really care either way. So like I'm probably leading into the if it's set at Christmas time, it's probably a Christmas movie.
Yeah, no, I'm inclined to agree with that. Uh, and Die Hard kind of leans into the Christmas stuff a little bit with several
Also,
to
if
the holiday.
if a Christmas movie involves like if a Christmas movie has to involve the birth of Christ, then probably you're not going to get very far in that list, are you?
No, there's not a lot of movies that are actually about that. Most Christmas movies are about Santa or
Which
about the
is
holiday.
which is just an interesting commentary on the commercialization of holidays if you think about it, but I don't necessarily know that everyone's into that topic.
Have there
Honestly,
been
like
any Hanukkah movies?
there was one, but it was very bad.
So
Eight
the
Crazy
thing about
Nights.
Shame.
So the thing about Hanukkah is that often it's treated as like an add-on. Right? Like it's treated as a movie that or like it's treated as an add-on to Christmas specials, I should say.
Mm. Yeah, it's unfortunately not
Also-
very well treated.
I mean,
But I was gonna say,
Also, why aren't there any movies about the most important holiday of all, Kwanzaa?
see,
like,
I
you
can't
s-
answer that, but the answer is pretty clear.
I'm betting once you leave mainstream stuff, you find plenty of all of these, though. I mean, it's just, mainstream, it's not going to be there.
The only mainstream Hanukkah movie I'm aware of, again, is Eight Crazy Nights, which is awful.
I mean, does Prince of Egypt count as a Hanukkah movie?
No,
It
that's
probably
about
doesn't.
That's about the Exodus, which is a completely different thing from Hanukkah. Hanukkah is about something that is unrelated to the Exodus.
I mean, I understand that, but plenty of anti-Semitic people don't.
Yeah, but their opinions don't matter.
Oh, I wish that was true.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase. Their opinions are irrelevant to our discussion, and they should be ignored.
Let's say their opinions shouldn't matter.
That's
yes,
fair.
that is fair.
Yeah, signing on for that.
But regardless, oh, I was gonna say, with regards to commercialism, the Jim Carrey Grinch movie actually is surprisingly insightful on that.
Yeah,
Like,
the Grinch. I think that's one of my favorites, probably. If we're talking about Christmas movies, that's probably in my top 3.
I thought you said you didn't watch Jim Carrey's Grinch movie. Or are you talking about a different version of the movie?
Oh, okay. So I'm a dum-dum. When you were saying Jim Carrey's Grinch, for some godforsaken reason, I thought you were saying Jim Carrey's Bridge movie.
What?
What the hell?
I think I need to get some more sleep because I thought you were saying Jim Carrey played a bridge, like a
What?
literal physical bridge.
Fuzzy, yeah, you do need to get some sleep after this.
I actually
Oh
just
wow,
woke
Anthony
from a-
Hopkins
lay
was
down
the
and take a nap.
narrator.
I actually did wake up from a nap at 6:30 because I didn't get to sleep until 6 in the morning or 7 in the morning rather, and just had an early. Basically, insomnia is a hell of a drug, kids.
Yes.
And Woozy Mode will do
I
that.
didn't know Anthony Hopkins was the narrator for Jim Carrey's Grinch.
Oh yeah, it's funny having Hannibal the Cannibal doing the voiceover for a kids movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God! Now you're making me want Mads Mikkelsen to play Ebenezer Scrooge.
That'd actually be fucking amazing.
Right? Like, I feel like Mads Mikkelsen has been gaining mainstream appeal, but I feel like there's just a lot you can do with him that just hasn't been done yet.
he's a great actor. But
I just
anyways,
I love his
Anyway.
accent.
Last movie I want to discuss is Home Alone.
I wanted to discuss Home Alone too. It's such
Yes,
a good
no,
movie.
Home Alone. You have to talk about Home Alone. I think.
Home Alone is just honestly the platonic ideal of a Christmas movie, in my opinion.
Mm.
I
Or it's at least very close to it.
will
Like-
say, the old man subplot gets me every time.
It's surprisingly heartfelt.
It's the John Candy bit that gets me. Just because I love John Candy so much, and he just
Rest in peace, John Candy.
yeah.
Remind me who John Candy is. I probably know him immediately on sight, but have no idea what his name is.
Guy who plays the Chewbacca XP in Spaceballs.
And was
Are
the
you talking
coach of
about the
Cool Runnings.
Pokemon?
You know Uncle Buck.
Yes, the Pokemon.
He is also in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Okay, yeah, no. Oh, yes, no. That was a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that one counts. Is that one a Thanksgiving movie or Christmas movie? I forget. It's been a while.
That was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Thanksgiving.
I mean, Home Alone though.
I mean,
I mean,
Back to Home Alone.
I mean,
yeah.
do people really watch it for the Christmas per se? It's like, come on, it could be any time. It's like, just give us the chaos, you know? Just put the window dressing Christmas on it. We want the chaos, you know?
Yeah, but again, at
Honestly-
the same time, you could say the same thing about Die Hard.
Honestly, like hot take, but Home Alone is almost basically PG rated Die Hard.
Home
Yeah.
Alone is PG rated Saw.
Not wrong.
Like,
Kevin McAllister is basically like a budding psychopath.
like
I mean,
John
those
McClane has
wet
got
bandits should have
nothing
been-
on Kevin McAllister,
Yeah,
right? Like,
those-
give
those
them the
wet- those-
same.
Those wet bandits should have been killed 3 times over.
Oh yeah, no, those guys
At least.
should
Also,
have
I just
would
like.
have died if they were.
Oh,
normal people.
have you ever
There's
seen...
something magical. Go ahead,
Have you
Lockstar.
ever seen all the takes, like, when people go through, like, the physics and everything, and it's like they actually say, like, what would have been crushed and how the wet bandits would have died in each case?
Mm.
Oh god,
That sounds awesome.
that sounds delightfully morbid.
I mean, I read a wrestler's autobiography who listed down the injuries they probably would have suffered in real life in comparisons showing, popular PG movie, wrestling that gets censored for violence.
Oh, that's a great topic overall. I've lost my train of thought there. Right. Joe Pesci. I just like there's something magical about hearing Joe Pesci in a role where he's ostensibly supposed to be swearing, but he's not able to swear because of the rating. That's a magical feeling.
It's hilarious. Like,
So
I will say, though-
the sequel, not as good. I mean, there's just something about it that's big orange thing that just really pulls it down.
yeah, it's really weird. Like, I can't quite put my finger on it, but it just doesn't live up to the first one for
Yeah.
so many different reasons. I honestly don't really care enough about the sequel to even bother talking about it. Like the first
Oh,
one
no.
is
Yeah.
such a classic, and every sequel afterwards is just like a hollow shell of the original.
Well, I mean, but they have basically proven that as much of a hollow shell as I think the second one is, they could hollow it out even more for the future ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
At least Home Alone 2 felt like Home Alone. The other sequels did not.
I mean, if we're gonna talk about the Home Alone sequels,
We are
I
not. I'd
have the
rather move on to
dubious
TV
honor
specials.
of being one of the few people on planet Earth, I'm ignoring you, Mil,
Right.
who has watched Home Alone 4 in its entirety.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I was a child. I didn't know better.
That is fair. Anyways, let's get past that traumatizing incident, shall we?
Let's move on to TV
Oh no,
specials.
I've got one more.
So I've got a
Got
lot
one
of
more
TV.
movie though.
Okay.
There's still
ahead.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Still got to hit that one.
That is widely considered a pretty must-watch holiday classic.
I think
I-
I've watched that.
I have not watched it, but there is one other I want to talk about after we're done with talking about it.
Okay, but you don't know any of the scenes from it. I mean, you remember let's see, like
Never watched.
the scenes like supposed to get the Christmas bonus and when it's not what was expected, there's the little chaos involving the boss. You know the let's see what else things like the eggnog, the eggnog. Oh yes, the draft of eggnog.
Please describe eggnog.
Basically, after everything's gone wrong, after everything's gone wrong, it's like he just dips in and just like basically just chugs like this huge amount of it and just like sort of thing going on, you know? Like just sees just his face contort and all of that with it, you know? It's like, just get it into his system, you know? Let's see, there's the cat, the squirrel. If you know those scenes, those are pretty famous ones.
I feel like we need to do a watch party of this as well.
Oh God, yes.
I feel like I have watched it at one point, but it was probably as a fairly young child.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, this one's definitely one of the better ones, though. I mean, it does kind of hit a. Let's just say, it's as close to the spirit of the holiday as you're going to get. Take that as you will.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. Yes, I understand. Speaking of the spirit of the holidays, how about that? Everyone disregarding COVID regulations because Christmas.
My roommates.
Let's not talk about that too much.
Yeah, my roommates.
Not
right
fun.
now. I have the apartment alone right now. I'm alone in the apartment right now, but they're coming back soon. Woo!
Yeah,
My
but-
condolences.
Lock them in their rooms when they come back.
Tis a season to be playgrasful. La 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 la.
Yeah.
Seriously, just like bar their doors from the outside until like 2 weeks is up.
That would be fun, wouldn't it? But I was gonna say, there is one other Christmas movie that we're neglecting to talk about.
Is
The
it
Nightmare
Elf?
Before Christmas.
Okay.
Oh, we do need to talk about Elf after that, though.
Do we
Yeah,
I
Nightmare
really?
feel like
Before
we've
Will
already
Ferrell-
talked about that with like.
Yeah, we have talked about Nightmare Before Christmas a little bit.
I know. I just wanted to bring it up because it works both
Yeah.
as a Halloween movie and a Christmas movie, and that is very special.
Oh yeah, I mean, with the combination, was there really anything before? Was that really the thing that popularized the combination? Because I've looked around. It's
Holiday movie?
no, I mean the combination of Christmas and Halloween. It's like I've come across a lot of things that do that, and it's like, is that where that whole combination really hit the mainstream?
It's entirely possible, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
if not-
sense. That was
if
from
not,
like the early 90s.
Created, it definitely popularized. Yeah.
I mean, Nightmare Before Christmas was like came out in '93, so
Mm.
it's entirely possible it
Oh
popularized.
God, 93 was almost 30 years ago.
Fucking hell!
Yeah, I mean that one came to.
It came out before I was born, so
I mean that one came to mind mainly because it's like when you're looking at Christmas stuff, and you just realize how many there are, and even in weird places. Like, come on, like the Cave
Yeah.
Shmup, Death Smiles 2, they went with that. Even it's like, huh, or just this random Seo Taiji song. All these other ones, it's like, huh, animation comes up a lot now.
yep.
Really?
Huh.
Oh. Oh no, my mind. Help, people. My mind went somewhere it shouldn't have gone.
Okay,
Okay,
then let's talk about Elf
Let's move
before.
on to TV. Oh,
well,
do we
Elf
have
real
to?
quick.
Oh, Elf! Right. That's a great. Okay. This is a very odd place to watch it, but for some godforsaken reason, well, it was a decent time at least. My ninth grade geography teacher decided that was a movie to watch in class for educational purposes.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I've
he
I'm
got
not
it back
complaining,
worse.
mind you, but like, why that one?
I mean, it could have been a lot worse, to be honest with
No,
you.
no, it was like a good movie, but like, why is my question.
Why not?
Yeah, it's like Will Ferrell is another one of those people who could really go either way with regards to film quality.
Oh, absolutely. With Will Ferrell, you're either going to get something really good or something very
Horrific.
cringeworthy. Yeah.
Even more so when paired with John C. Reilly.
Mm.
Oh god. Step Brothers is one of those things that's just like we can talk about that one another time, but
Step Brothers is not even that bad in comparison to some of the stuff.
oh, I liked Step Brothers well enough. It's just that like by the time I watched it, I'd seen and heard so many of the memes from it that it wasn't as funny as it probably would have been if I'd went in without any knowledge. Like
Like,
so many people, uh, so many of my friends and classmates had just memed about it and quoted it, and it's just like by the time I watched it, I'd heard almost all the funny lines already.
Yeah.
there's a name for this, but like,
I don't
I
remember
almost
the name
wonder if
for
you
it.
should call it the JoJo effect.
But
Maybe.
yeah, no, the bad Ferrell Riley movie was the fucking Sherlock Holmes one they did.
Oh
Oh,
god.
yes, we
Jesus
don't talk about that
Christ.
one.
Anyway, TV specials.
We gotta talk about the Grinch special. Oh,
Unfortunately, not starring Jim Carrey, I believe.
no, the original Boris Karloff one.
Ah, yes, I do remember that quite fondly.
That one, that one holds a special place in my heart because it's like it's very good and very nostalgic. It's
See,
just
I
delightful.
at one point lived somewhere where they just occasionally air that just in the middle of the year.
Ah, I see.
So it doesn't necessarily have the strong Christmas associations with me, but it's definitely So okay, there's also one thing I'd just like to get out of the way. I think all of us agree on this, but a lot of people seem to still have some doubts on this matter. Let's just get it out of the way. Christmas is not, in fact, a religious holiday.
No.
Like
Christmas has
it is
jumped
technically,
from religious to secular.
yeah, it is very much a secular commercial holiday,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right? I think we can all agree on this.
Well, and then there's also the
What's-
politics part that comes up in the U.S. with it, and that's yeah.
Look, we don't
I
talk
know-
about
I know-
U.S. politics.
I know like a person I work with. He is Muslim, but he still celebrates Christmas because his children are all caught up in the trappings of Christmas,
Mm.
and they want to be able to celebrate
This
that
is
holiday
in
too.
fact a very, very common thing. There is in fact a Muslim family who lives in my neighborhood. They still like hand out presents every year
Yeah.
to the neighbors.
Honestly, I kind of appreciate that's becoming secular and not like limited to just Christians celebrating it because the spirit of Christmas is, or at least it
yeah.
should be, in
Well-
familial time and in the giving of
I
gifts
mean-
to one another.
Want to get as cynical as possible? The spirit of Christmas is money.
It's all about the money.
It's like
I know I get what you're saying, but like at the same time, like I do like to think that the optimistic version of that is that Christmas is about togetherness and the spirit of giving.
which involves money.
Mm.
I mean, I do give money sometimes.
No,
to
I mean like
people as a gift.
you kind of need a decent amount of money to like celebrate Christmas in the way that most people do it. It's very much a middle class and up sort of holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is an issue. Reminds me of that one tale. What's it called? Where it's the two members of that one poor couple that's each is trying to get a gift for the other, and God, I'm trying to
Gift
remember.
of the Magi?
Gift of the
Okay, I know what you're talking about,
Gift
and
of the
I'm also
Magi.
blanking on it.
Gift of the Magi. That's what it's called.
Okay, I may know it. I think I'm just familiar with that trope, but I think exactly that trope I've seen like many, many times.
Gift of the Magi is a very. I remember hearing that story since I was in elementary school. That's an old one, but it's very, very popular because it's like one of those things like it's simultaneously very heartwarming and very sad. You know?
It has strong Little Match Girl energy.
Yeah.
Little Match Girl is probably the most depressing, kind of, right? Like what? Okay, what's the most depressing Christmas story?
I don't even want to know, dude. I don't like depressing Christmas stories. Unless you count It's a Wonderful Life as a depressing one.
No, I think that would be cheating. I still think Little Match Girl, probably. I read that as a child in like grade 5 English class, and it still gets me.
The Nativity, because you know how that shit's gonna end.
I mean, uh, technically, it ended pretty well for everyone involved, right? No?
You say
Kinda.
that, but now we're in this position.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure like baby Jesus didn't have much to do with that.
Yep. Maybe Jesus was a good being, unlike some of the people we have to deal with day to day.
Also, if you like
Go-
actually look at the some of the actual like stories behind Jesus's baby time, which I feel like should be the name of some sort of media property. Apparently he was just like talking to people at a year old. So that's fun.
Can
I
we
mean-
talk about fun, happy Christmas specials, please?
Yes, please.
Yes.
So I've got a
Okay.
lot I want to mention.
Talk about the Rudolph one, or do you want to skip that hold that for later?
I mean, I was just gonna start rattling off ones that I love and watch pretty much every year. Like I mean, Futurama have done a couple of ones, but the one that I really love is the one where Bender tries to be Santa.
Oh god.
Mostly because mostly because of the fucking scene where Bender is being executed for being Santa, because in the year 3000 Santa is an evil robot. And the entire crew, the entire Planet Express crew comes in dressed as Santa, except for Zoidberg, who is dressed as Santa's friend Jesus.
Oh my god.
I'd like
I
the
mean-
mayor of New York, who is like doing the execution, is like, "You're not Santa. You're not even robots. How dare you lie in front of Jesus?"
Futurama
mean,
has no
and you
chill
can
satire.
conclusively prove that Zoidberg isn't Jesus?
No, but then when the real Santa appears and breaks in, like the fucking man goes, "It's the real Santa! Get him, Jesus!" And Zoidberg just goes, "Jesus helps those who helps themselves," and runs away. I just can't get over it.
That's about
Like I
that's
said,
about right.
Futurama has no chill with its satire.
Oh god! And from that same fucking episode, when Bender like goes to deliver presents to Planet Express, Leela's like, "Remember, Professor, Bender is Santa, so don't hurt him." Yes, I know. Bender drops down. Professor shoots him with a fucking shotgun. Like a proper shotgun, not even a laser shotgun, just straight buckshot to the chest. And Leela's like, "Professor, don't you remember what I just told you?" "No!" Shoots him again. It's just...
That seems about right. Yep.
We need
the
to.
entire
we should
episode
hold
is
this-
fantastic.
We should hold this off until the Futurama episode.
We
'cause,
should. We should.
I feel like if we let Mill get started on Futurama, we're never gonna stop.
Yeah, I will move on. I mean, the staple of Christmas specials for me has always been Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, they do that all the time.
Okay,
They do that almost
you want to
every
talk
year.
about the one Christmas special that with Capaldi that I just
Oh, yeah, that one, the one with Nick Frost as Santa.
Oh my
no,
god.
actually no.
No,
I'm talking
not
about the
that
other
one. Which one is the other one?
the one featuring Goku as Superman.
Wait, what?
What?
I forget what his name is, but the actor who played Goku in Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh, Justin Chatwin.
Yes, I refuse to learn his name because of the sheer amount of disrespect.
That's valid.
He plays a boy who is Superman, but also NTR'd.
I don't want to know.
I
Oh, is that
really
Return
don't.
of Doctor Mysterio?
Yes, yes.
I have not
That was a
watched
Christmas
that one.
special, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a Christmas special.
Yeah.
No,
So
I've watched every Capaldi Christmas special except that one.
I feel like I know the answer to this, but why have you not watched that one?
I mean, it's more that I haven't watched a lot of Capaldi stuff, and it's just that I just missed that one. I mean, I almost missed his last one as well, but then we just happened to be watching it, and it was good. Like it's like there
Yeah.
were some really good scenes in that one. It had fucking oh, what's his fucking name? I don't remember his name anymore. That's it. David Bradley is the first Doctor.
Oh, fucking hell. I remember hearing about that one. What was it? Honestly, I haven't watched a lot of Doctor Who. I think the farthest I got was about partway into David Tennant's third season. But
Hmm.
the Christmas special, Doctor Who Christmas special that sticks out most to me is the one where David Tennant first actually
Yeah,
struts his stuff as the Doctor.
the Christmas Invasion. Yeah.
Christmas
No,
Invasion.
I do remember that one very fondly, just for the fucking sword fight at the end.
It's great. David Tennant is really great as the Doctor.
He is.
I mean, after like people have mixed feelings on Eccleston, but I feel like every Doctor after that is well liked
Yeah, more or
Like,
less.
Yeah.
universally.
It starts going a bit downhill after. Well, no, people like Capaldi as the Doctor. They just don't like
Yeah,
his stories, which
Capaldi
is
is a
more
great-
an issue with the writing.
It's kind of a Jim Carrey, Nick Cage sort of situation where Capaldi is basically the only thing that makes his seasons of Doctor Who bearable.
Yeah,
He's a great
No,
Doctor. He just has the
Capaldi is
misfortune
a
of terrible writing.
fantastic Doctor. He has so much fucking presence on the screen.
He
I
just has
feel
a
like
lot
it's
of
at least
charisma.
partially the Scotsman
Yeah,
being involved.
I think there was a bit of a shock. Going from two fairly happy-go-lucky doctors in Tennant and Smith, and then to the grumpy Scotsman. But yeah,
But like, it's more. It's like it's a callback though to classic Doctors.
Oh, it is. It definitely is.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, moving on, because again, if we get talking about Doctor Who, we will talk for the rest of the podcast on Doctor Who.
We are eventually going to have a
Yeah, we
Doctor
need to do a
Who
Doctor Who
special,
podcast.
but
We do.
the one thing I was
Let's
going to say
see.
is that just like basically, I really regret watching it because it's basically Justin Chatwin as a Superman XP who was somehow given superpowers by the Doctor, which just like it's let's just say the only good thing about that special is Peter Capaldi.
And Matt Lucas. Don't forget Matt Lucas.
Oh right, because because that was between companions, right? Yeah. So it's just
Think
like
of it. A lot of the Christmas specials do tend to have like an interim companion or something.
by necessity, I feel
usually
like.
usually because at the end of the season, he's probably lost the companion, and therefore, they don't want to
Usually it's
sort of
because the
introduce
companion
one.
died horribly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Smith was pretty good for that. He had at least a couple of Christmas specials where he'd kept companions around. I think.
Considering who Capaldi's companions were, i.e., not very good either way, I feel like nothing of value was lost.
Anyway, best Doctor Who Christmas special is of course Tennant's End of Time, because you had the best Doctor Who companion, Wilfred.
Oh, that's the one with the master in it, right?
Yeah.
Oh god. Just the master going ham in Tennant's Run was great.
John Simmons, the Master, was fantastic. Like, he just
I will say though,
yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about the decisions regarding the Master in Capaldi's run.
That's a topic we can talk about when we talk about Doctor Who.
Anyway,
I still need to watch more of it.
Yeah. So moving on. What are the Christmas specials? I mean, Simpsons has done at least a few Christmas specials, haven't they?
I mean, it's The Simpsons, of course. It's an annual thing with them, basically. But
any that stand out to you?
I didn't watch much of The Simpsons, so I can't really say.
Bogstar Fuzzy, any?
Nothing I can recall.
Nothing really.
Most of my Simpsons experience was
I mean,
a young age.
We know what the classic one is.
Christmas special. Which one?
Santa's Little Helper.
The one where they got Santa's Little Helper. Yeah.
Damn it. Honestly, I never really watched much of The Simpsons, and the Christmas specials aren't really as distinct as the Treehouse of Horror stuff.
No,
that is a fair point. Yeah.
Like the Treehouse of Horror is its own thing that's been going on since like the beginning.
I mean, The Simpsons movie is kind of a Christmas special.
Not really.
In that it involves snow.
The three that I remember are Santa's Little Helper, the one I mentioned before with Homer buying the present and Ebenezer Magoo, and the one where Bart accidentally burns down the Christmas tree.
Oh my god.
Those are the only three I remember off the top of my head. The one that I actually wanted to mention before I forgot it and had to mention Simpsons as a last resort was Scrubs Christmas specials.
Scrubs was an interesting time for Christmas-related products.
I honestly never watched Scrubs, so I can't say much on it.
You can no longer yell at Mel about things that he hasn't watched.
The one that I really love and remember is the one about them all going through their best moments in medicine and it becoming this one case with the single dad and his kid. I do
sounds really heartwarming.
It is.
Also, I have heard that Scrubs has a really bad season at some points, and
it's the very last one. It's barely even a Scrubs season. It's more of a
basically it's when everyone decided they wanted to give Scrubs a send off, and then the network was like, "How about no?" So they forced like the two main leads to come in and introduce like brand new characters and then leave.
Mm-hmm. Just watch up to
season it up
8
right now.
Fine.
It's like, oh god.
Yeah.
Now
just watch up to. Seriously, season 8 finale is one of the best episodes of TV I've watched.
It really is,
and it has one of the best finales to any TV show I've ever watched.
And then
just watch up to season 8 if you're going to watch Scrubs.
And then the network decides that didn't happen.
Just ignore season 9. Everyone, even the cast, fucking ignores season 9. I know. I've been listening to a fucking podcast with them.
Oh my god. Yeah, now I know why Kaiser had repeatedly said they don't want DBZ to turn into they didn't want DBZ to turn
Yeah.
into season 9 of Scrubs.
Mm.
I mean, to be fair, for DBZA, that's not a problem, but for DBZ, that ship has sailed.
That ship sailed at the start of Z for some people.
Okay, I disagree with the people who think that Z was the worst part of Dragon Ball, but like
I mean,
arguments
GG.
for the Buu Saga.
I prefer Dragon Ball to Z. That doesn't mean I think Z is the worst part of the Dragon Ball franchise. I just think that the OG Dragon Ball is a lot better.
I disagree with that because OG Dragon Ball does not have laser beams that destroy galaxies.
Yeah, but it has Monster Carrot for fuck's sake.
Yeah, but like that's
We are getting severely off topic right now.
We are.
Is there?
We are. Did DBZ have a Christmas special at all?
No, it did not.
Or did DBZ?
Well-
or did the Bridge just create them from?
No, Bridge
from
created
movies and
them.
specials?
If they did a DBZ Christmas special, would it have been like? I mean, do you think they would have done like the fried chicken thing for that, or what?
I don't know. I don't know. All I know
I-
is that the DBZA specials are Christmas specials are very good.
Oh yeah, those are fun.
Christmas Tree of Might, whatever the fucking I can't even remember
The
name
Plan
of
to
the most
Eradicate
recent one.
Christmas.
Plan to Eradicate Christmas, Lord Slug.
God.
Fuck you, Lord Slug is a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it
matter
really
if
is.
it happens in July. Goku thinks it's Christmas, so it's a Christmas
Oh.
movie.
That reminds me. Fucking Ed, Edd and Eddy had a Christmas special, even though most of it takes place in the summer.
Speaking of shows that
So
take place
it's-
in the summer and still had Christmas specials, Camp Camp and Phineas and Ferb.
Oh, let me talk about the Ed, Edd and Eddy one real quick first.
Go
Because
ahead.
like, even though it's in, so basically Ed, the dumbest one, is like constantly saying that it's Christmas, and at several points someone corrects him like, it's July throughout the entire episode, and it's just like a great running gag for it. But at the same time, eventually everyone goes along with it to actually celebrate Christmas, even though it's the middle of fucking July.
You wonder if that's where TFS got the idea for that joke in Lord
Might
Slug.
it very well might be actually.
It could be. Like, a lot of people grew up with Ed, Edd and Eddy, and
Yeah,
it's a
that
pretty
one
fun
is
show.
one I've watched. I did watch that. I haven't watched it in over a decade, probably.
Oh,
but I did
same.
watch it, so I don't remember anything from it other than there was a plank in it.
Oh god, Plank.
We don't talk about Plank. That thing scares me.
Anyway, Camp Camp and Phineas and Ferb Christmas specials. I remember because they are part of the Christmas playlist that I watch every Christmas Eve, or have for the last.
I
couple years
need to
anyway.
rewatch the Camp Camp stuff.
I need to rewatch Camp Camp as well.
I love the Camp Camp Christmas special because it's sort of the same bit as fucking Ed, Edd and Eddy, where they're like, it's the fucking middle of summer and yet it's snowing, but they go, because obviously they're an adult cartoon, they can mention this shit. They chalk it up to climate change.
I mean, to be fair, Camp Camp does feature eldritch gods, so I'm like, that's not
Camp Camp
really.
Camp Camp also gives zero fucks though.
Yeah,
I like.
I mean,
when is the
my
next season of Camp Camp, please? I need
Not
it in
sure.
my life.
Not sure. But my favorite gag from the Christmas special is fucking Harrison creating the sentient snowman that just wants to die.
Oh god. Oh, we need to talk about Frosty the Snowman at some points now.
We need to talk about Phineas and Ferb's take on Frosty the Snowman.
We need to talk about the horror movie versions of Frosty the Snowman.
Let's talk about Phineas and Ferb first.
So it's basically just a little gag. So Perry's like entrance into the lair, he puts a hat on a snowman, comes alive and goes, "Follow me!" And Perry's just like fucking into it, smiling widely, and then the Frosty the Snowman gets run over by a snowplow.
Oh my god.
Then at the end of the episode, he rebuilds the snowman. The snowman does the exact same thing, and nearly the exact same thing happens. But then it cuts to the snowman and actually hit a fruit truck. And the snowman goes, "On second thoughts, don't follow me." Man, that was close. It's just funny because fucking Perry's facial expressions for it. He looks so traumatized when the snowman gets destroyed.
Oh my god.
I just like I have a very complicated relationship with Phineas and Ferb.
Oh.
Oh?
Yeah, it's like I love it and I hate it at the same time.
Mm.
Like I love
Makes
it
sense.
because it's a good show. I also hate it for what could have been.
What do you mean? What could have been?
Like, I feel like there's a lot that that show could have done that would have been interesting if it wasn't like older Disney. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like if it was
Yeah.
newer Disney, like if it was Owl House generation Disney, I feel like there would be a few major differences.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of those things where it's like it's one of those shows that walked so more modern shows could run, I think.
Yeah, that's probably the best way of putting it.
Like it's there along with like Steven Universe, Korra, and such that kind of just
No, it's the predecessor to Korra and Steven Universe, I think.
Hey,
It's up there with
Yeah.
original Airbender.
Well, we can talk about that on our Golden Animation podcast.
Oh
Golden
yeah.
era of animation. So do you guys want to talk about Frosty the Snowman? Because I've not watched that.
I
Or if
like
I did, it was ages ago.
That's
So
an
I
old
remember I was under the impression because Babby Fuzzy was a naive child. I was under the impression that the canon version of Frosty the Snowman was the horrifying one. I forget what it was called. The horrifying one that eats people's souls.
Oh god.
Okay.
What was that? I think it was like Jack Frost or something.
Yeah, and except I got really confused because I think it has the same name as like Tim Allen Frosty the Snowman adaptation.
Yep. No, there were two movies named Jack Frost. One was a quote unquote kids movie that starred Tim Allen. The other one was a horror movie that included a snowman using his carrot nose to
Yes, no.
yes.
Kill people.
Things with genitalia.
Yeah. Let's not go into that. I don't want to.
Okay. Fair enough. Do you guys have any more TV specials or TV episodes you want to mention, or should we?
Oh,
the last
Rudolph.
sort of-
Let's talk about
Rudolph.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Go ahead.
Because that was one of the original Christmas specials I watched as a kid, and it
Isn't
honestly,
it
like,
horrifically offensive now?
I
Probably.
don't remember. I haven't seen it in years. Like,
If you have
about
to
a
ask the
decade.
question, isn't it horrifically offensive now? The answer is probably yes.
Probably yes.
I feel like I remember reading something where somebody was like summarizing it, and they mentioned some really bad stuff in it. I don't remember it that well.
Would you like to elaborate on what the bad stuff was?
I don't remember what the bad stuff was, so I'll try and find it.
Man, was there Rudolph? Was this one in a Rudolph one? Do you remember the one the elf wanted to be a dentist? Do you remember that one special? That was part of it.
It's
You're
so
gonna have
long
to give us a bit
ago.
more to go on.
I'll need to look that one up then.
But there's like, I feel like there's a lot of Christmas specials that probably haven't aged very well, huh?
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of content that hasn't aged well.
Okay, wait, yeah, that wasn't that one.
Like, for every Jim Carrey Grinch that actually aged surprisingly well, there's a dozen Christmas special on movies that aged very badly.
Like, what? I think at this point we can safely move on to Christmas stories in general.
Yeah, let's talk about classic Christmas tropes. Oh, you know what? There is one Christmas special that I do want to talk about in relation to this. The Did you guys ever watch Fairly Odd Parents?
Don't
Yes.
talk to me about Fairly Odd Parents.
Well, there was
that
one episode I remember where the main character decided to wish for Christmas to never to be every day, and it did not take long for everything to go straight to shit after that.
that does not surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah, because like if it's Christmas every day, people get gifts every day, and Santa and co get really fucking tired out by all that shit.
Oh, I remember that now. Okay, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, no,
It's not just Santa that gets tired of it. It's like literally everyone is like, "Oh my god, what have we done?"
yeah, no, it's like eventually they're like, oh shit, we done
Yeah,
good.
eventually it leads to the complete breakdown of
Cool.
human
So
society.
does this go as far as like all the waste created, and it's like, oh my god, the landfills are filling up. Oh my god, the weather's not changing. It'll be cold here and hot here forever. Does it go that far?
It actually does. It does go in the weather direction actually a little bit. It doesn't go too much into the environmental stuff, but it does have some things play with some things involving the weather not changing ever.
Right.
Yeah,
Fairly Odd Parents was another show that like snuck a lot of crap past the radar.
oh yeah,
Not necessarily as much as some other shows, especially in like the Nickelodeon block, but it definitely did some work in that regard.
Yeah.
yep. Regardless, we can move on now. Let's move on.
I mean, do you have guys don't have anything else to mention on Christmas stories, or do we want to start talking about sort of Christmas traditions?
We can talk traditions, yeah.
Pictures are always fun.
Uh,
I mean, let's start off with this. When did you discover that looks around for kids? Santa isn't real.
uh,
I think I was like in I want to say second, third, fourth grade, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think I was in first or second
For
grade.
those of us not in the American, for
because I
those of
was
us not
born
in
in
the
old
American
man.
education center, for those of us not in the American education system, how old is that?
Oh, okay.
Like 5
so
or 6.
I was probably like 7
Yeah,
or so.
first grade for me, that's about 6 to 7.
So
I would
because
guess
I
at a
was
similar
born,
age.
okay, so this is a interesting like thing about my childhood. So I was born an old man, and as a result, I like very early on was thinking about the like physical infeasibility of delivering presents in one night. And that said, I do have a very interesting take on that, in that not regarding Santa, but regarding the Tooth Fairy. I figured it out like basically the first time I lost a tooth, like very early on, but I pretended not to so my parents would keep giving me money.
Honestly, the first thing I figured out wasn't real was the Easter Bunny.
We didn't have much of an Easter Bunny tradition where I grew up, so
Oh,
that wasn't really.
I largely was just like, okay, Easter Bunny is totally real. Gotcha.
Mm.
Please keep giving me jelly beans and chocolate. Thank you very much.
I think the straw that broke the camel's back was when I threatened to film the Christmas tree one Christmas to see if Santa would actually turn up. and then it had to be, revealed to me that Santa wasn't real.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but can you imagine how it would have went if your parents had decided to like lean into it?
I
Like
mean,
just like
that could have
get a dude
that could have.
to climb down the chimney or like something. Just like
I mean, we didn't
enter
have a chimney, which was another hole in the story, or at least not one a fat man could fit down. I suppose
Look,
they could have gotten my dad, who was a fairly sizable guy, to dress up as Santa to try and keep up the ruse, but still. I think they decided it just wasn't worth the having to do that every Christmas until I found another hole to poke.
yeah, but like, would it really need more than the first year? Because then you'd like talk to your friends about it and like show video evidence, and then at that point
And then
things
we'd
would
all
rapidly get
believe Santa existed.
Look, all you have to do is keep lying to everyone until eventually they all believe you.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's how reality works, right?
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
it usually is.
totally.
That's another thing.
Look, we don't talk about the American political landscape.
Let's leave the politics out of this.
Let's move on.
I like the.
Oh,
You want to know the scariest thing? The
Not
fact
really.
that we've had to say let's leave the politics out of it so often.
mhm.
Yeah. Let's just talk about other Christmas traditions that we've. So my family and I, ever since my brother and I have both been of drinking age, have started a tradition of having eggnog with whiskey every Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, which is
That
surprisingly good, actually.
I've never had eggnog, and I really don't see the appeal.
I don't
Same
really
and
either.
same.
The only time I drink it is when I have whiskey in it.
I feel like at that point you might as well just drink the whiskey.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
do-
that
Yes.
it's just a waste of good whiskey at that point, right?
I'm gonna say I've only had like eggnog from cartons, but isn't the whole thing? There are two parts to it. One, alcohol, and even if not, it's like just drinking fat and sugar, right? I mean, come on.
It really is. I don't drink it much. It's really only the kind of thing you drink around the holidays to
Yeah, but I
begin
mean,
with.
yeah.
But I don't like it all that much to begin with.
Yeah, though I mean, you can see why it's a tradition. Alcohol, fat, sugar. There's your tradition. Boom.
That
Mm.
really just you've described America in 3 words or less.
Another different tradition that we have is ever since we were really young, my brother and I have been have my family has had a tradition where we each open one gift on Christmas Eve.
I
Ooh.
Yeah, I've heard of that tradition. It seems like
Mm.
it's a pretty well liked one.
It's a good one. It's just like a simple way of oh, here's a sneak preview of what you're getting.
Yeah.
Have a look at this. Go ham. Have a good time.
My
And
my parents couldn't do that because my mum just revealed to me that her Christmas Eve for quite a while, certainly until I was old enough that she didn't have to bother, was wrapping the presents on Christmas Eve and sneaking them down under the tree.
uh
That makes sense, yeah.
So she wouldn't get to sleep until say midnight, and then would be woken up by two kids at 5-6 a.m. in the morning,
oh yeah.
screaming about presents.
When I was
Ah,
young,
yes.
we always got up at like 5:36 in the morning on Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't understand you people at all. I don't think I've ever like not wanted to sleep longer.
It's Christmas.
Christmas
That's
is the
your
only day I
answer.
can do it because
Same.
as soon as if I wake up at all during the night, that's it. I'm gonna have to stay awake because I'm gonna be too excited for fucking Christmas.
Yeah, I'm still more in the camp of it'll still be there when I wake up. Just stay asleep, you know?
Mm.
Hmm.
And I mean, you're sleeping anyway, so you're not going to be able to tell the difference, right?
That's a fair point.
Mm.
Honestly, like with various Christmas traditions, that they're all over the place. With
Yeah.
depending on your region and your culture and just who your family is, really.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know my family. It's like it seems like the big theme is not giving a shit in the end. It's the sort of thing where it's like the tree goes up like the day before, where it's like wrapping everything the night before. Every year it's where like, oh, the fucking tree's got to come out again. Ugh.
I feel like at that point it's just like don't get the tree and just like stuff your faces with yummy things and presents in general. Like I
Mm.
feel like that's really I don't have any traditions in that regard. It's just like eat yummy things.
Mm. So what sort of meals do you have Christmas Day then?
I mean, in the before times, we would just like uh do like a roast of some sort or just get something from the outside world, but we don't go there anymore. And as a result, I'm really not sure what we're gonna do. I feel like this year is probably just gonna be eat more of the same of what's at home.
Jack,
So you know,
What?
any big Christmas meal on Christmas Day?
Ooh, we're gonna be having some pork tenderloin. We have that a lot. Really good stuff. It's my
Mm.
grandma's recipe,
Ah.
and it's just so fucking.
I
We
mean,
also
my.
generally have cobbler as well on Christmas.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, my
I don't think
Christmas.
I've ever learned what cobbler is. I feel like that's just a
Cobbler is
fancy
like
name.
cobbler is similar to pie, except instead of it
Mm.
just having the breading on top, it's the breading mixed in with the fruit
Oh,
filling.
I get you. Okay.
Mm.
It's delicious.
So it's somehow pie, but even more carbs.
Mm.
Kinda ish. It's really good. It's worth trying at least once.
Hmm. I mean, my Christmas was basically used to be split over 2 days. So Christmas Day would just be my parents, me and my brother. We would have some sort of roast dinner. The meat basically varies depending on what we feel like. And then on Boxing Day, we would go to my maternal grandparents, who the day before would have hosted my cousins and my aunt and uncle. Then on Boxing Day, we get them, and again, it's basically we open the presents from them, we have a meal with them, uh, and we play a round of Christmas Monopoly, which always went well.
I can
Forward
imagine.
slash
Why
S.
would your family do that to yourselves?
because because it was Christmas, and it was the one day of the year where my brother and I would at least feel bad for arguing with each other over Monopoly.
I
Oh
mean,
god, Monopoly.
you've got that much. You had that much going for you, at least. Uh, Monopoly.
And it still always gets me that people say Mario Party is worse. No, it isn't.
No, Monopoly is worse. Monopoly ruins relationship.
Yeah, because the thing about
Oh,
Mario
like
Party is
like
that
Risk does, Jack. Like Risk does.
Mel, Monopoly is 10 times worse than Risk.
I know. I'm just joking.
I know you are.
we should play Monopoly on the stream.
Oh god.
We should. The
Oh,
issue, the
it'll
issue
end
is
with that.
the Monopoly game on Steam is
Tabletop
fucking
sim.
good
I
point.
have tabletop
Yeah,
simulator. Bleh.
I'd have to get it, but yes, we could do that.
Actually, I think Does everyone have to own Tabletop Sim? I feel like there was like a weird thing with Tabletop Sim where not everyone had to own it, but I'm maybe
We'll
thinking
figure
of
it
something.
out. We will figure it out.
But yeah, Monopoly is one of them. There's like a lot of board games that ruin lives. Uno can certainly ruin relationships as well.
Well, Uno didn't ruin relationships for us. It just made things harder for us when we were actually trying to play a game on stream because it was a pain in the ass to set up online.
Fuck you, Ubisoft.
Yep.
Again,
Fuck Ubisoft.
the tabletop version is just superior because you can also do house rules. The fact that you can't do house rules in the official Uno thing just makes me want to die.
Mm-hmm.
I love doing house rules.
It's like the only way to make those games playable a lot of the time.
Yeah, it depends on the game. Some games you don't really need house rules because their rules are really straightforward. Like Sorry is one of those games that also.
Oh, you know another one that really we should play and also will ruin our lives?
What?
Settlers of Catan.
Oh god. As much as I love that game, it is very much one of those games that you can get into fights over.
Actually, I just thought on a Monopoly and house rules though. Do you know anyone who actually does the whole thing? You know, if you mortgage a property and then you transfer it, there are the extra penalties and like an extra 10% on the 10%. You know anyone who actually does that part, or just?
I don't think anyone does that.
Yeah,
no.
I was just
Fuck
wondering
does
because I've
that?
never met anyone who did that rule. It's like screw it, we're just gonna do the 10% the first time. Don't even bother with the rest.
And sometimes you just don't even bother with the 10%.
That just sounds like a really dumb rule. I'm not even gonna bother with it.
Like a lot of official rules for these games are incredibly dumb, and no one actually
Yeah.
plays them, or like no
No.
one
Of course,
actually uses them.
Of course, I think that all of us have learned just don't play Monopoly in the first place, so it's all academic at this point. But you know.
Yeah, but like at this point, we also have to consider if our suffering will bring entertainment to the masses. In which case, we kind of have an obligation to play it.
I generally enjoy Monopoly.
Monopoly is fun enough, but like it also can easily end in disaster. It also does have a proven habit of ruining friendships and relationships.
I mean, maybe I might like Monopoly just because I tend to be good at it. Certainly within the groups that I play with.
Yeah,
I'm
some
not
of the
sure if
reason why
I'm
I like
good in general.
Risk.
Yeah. But you lost the second game, didn't you, Jack?
Yeah, because you fucking tag teamed me and I got a few unlucky rolls.
Now, let's not turn this into a risk measuring contest.
Hardy har har. Regardless, I don't think we're really. Is there any more Christmas stuff to talk for us to talk about at this point?
Well,
I wanted to talk about the Brooklyn Nine-Nine Christmas specials.
Oh, those are fun.
that's a great thing to
I mean,
discuss.
just the fucking cold opens, like the first one where fucking Boyle kicks Santa in the testicles in front of a bunch of kids,
Oh my god.
and the fucking second one where they catch Doug Judy and fucking Jake, like with a gun held to Doug Judy, dressed as Santa with Christmas trees burning behind him, yells, "This is what happens when you're naughty, kids!"
I remember that. Oh my
I don't remember that, but I love it.
And then the fucking
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is
inflatable
a gem.
Yeah, and then the fucking inflatable Christmas tree cold open, like where they left Terry in the room with the tree, and he has to break through a window to do it.
To escape, yeah. Because he's being pressed up against the glass by the fucking tree, and he was the only one who couldn't escape in time.
Yeah.
Well, you should watch Nine. It's a very fun
I've
show.
watched every season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I love it. It's one of my favorites.
We need to do a podcast
Episode
on
on
it
it.
then.
Oh god.
I'll add it to the schedule because it's fucking good. Because if we've got more time, does this mean I can gush about Futurama some more?
Yeah,
I think
But-
you are welcome
just-
to do so.
I'll
Yeah,
just throw
so-
one more
okay.
thing in, see if you guys came across this. Did you come across like the AI weirdness stuff with making new Christmas carols and Christmas songs?
no.
Oh, right. Machine learning
Oh, yeah.
Christmas carols?
Someone took it to the next
It
level
sounds like a
and actually
nightmare.
also put that to music created with another neural network. So
Oh,
well, he did do some
no.
cut and paste, but it turned out pretty well. Though let me say, it's great when the AI takes a little bit of inspiration from
Would you like
things
to-
like the human sacrifice and flesh ones, the more weird Christmas carols that way. Yeah.
Sounds like a recipe for disaster.
So you wanna? We can't play them for copyright reasons, but you wanna like read some lyrics
Oh
to
sure,
us?
let me just get this one.
'Cause that sounds
Oh.
like a fun time.
Well, while you're doing that,
I'll just gush about Futurama some more. So from that same episode where Bender pretended to be Santa, Bender went to trial with the fucking chicken lawyer, and the fucking chicken lawyer is interrogating a little girl on the stand and just starts almost pecking at her. He goes, "Sorry, I thought you was corn." And then when Bender
I
is just
hate
having a go
myself
at
for the
them.
fact that I can picture that.
Yeah, and when Bender is like haranguing that same little girl witness, the judge goes, "Stop badgering the witness," and the chicken goes, "Badger, badger, where?"
Badger, 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 badger. Anyone remember that? Badger, 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 badger,
No.
badger, badger, badger.
I should be glad that I don't.
Mushroom, mushroom.
Want a few of them?
Yes,
Rudolph the
please.
red-nosed reindeer
Hit
with his
us.
red belly, the all-gracious king of all the earth, had a baby at Christmas time on Christmas Day. A true and holy deity went down to earth with human flesh for sacrifice. For sinful men such a deity doth appear, and wink and nod in reply, as he winked and nod in reply, as he winked and nod in reply. The wretched world is run by ox and ass. The wretched world is run by ox and ass, and in vain build I.
That is.
Yep.
Is the AI trying
I
to tell us
don't know.
something?
But of course, then there's also another one that it kind of got pretty well. Carol the AIs. Come and own the yacht. It's a very special day. It's a very special day. We're all so proud of you. We're buying this. We're buying this now. Now it's Christmas Eve and everyone's shouting Santa Claus, ho ho ho. It's a very special day. Repeat 3 times. Yeah, that one kind of hit it pretty well.
But also terrifying.
Yeah, it's all great though.
I feel like this should be a note for like aspiring authors. If you ever want to create an eldritch death cult in your story and like give it a hint of real madness, just like do some deep learning stuff.
That is actually a really good idea.
Yeah.
Like all the eldritch rituals and like even the language and stuff.
okay.
That said, when did we start today? Well, like, what's our timestamp at?
1:30, just shy of 1:39.
Just hit 139, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm not sure that we have that much more to talk about.
Yeah.
We really don't. We filled out most of the time we had.
Yeah, so I think we'll give ourselves a little early Christmas present by taking some early time off. So what do you guys say? Shall
Sounds
we
good to
sign
me.
off here?
Up for that.
Yep.
Happy holidays.
Thank you all for
Alright.
joining us.
thank you all for joining us. It's been a fun episode, and we'll be taking a bit of a break, but we do hope to be returning to our regularly scheduled programming by the time of the new year. Thank you for joining us, everyone, and have a good night.
Hold up.
Yes.
We actually do have one more episode planned before the new year. We will be talking about the anime of 2020 on the New Year's Eve, actually.
Yeah, next Thursday.
Yep, that makes sense. So yes, that aside, we will still be around. The VODs are there, of course. So thank you for joining us all, and have a nice day.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas
See ya.
and happy holidays.